My name is Dr. Sean Doyle. I am a professor of strategy with Purdue University Global. I've been a business professor for 21 years now. Have a long history of consulting on my own consulting company for quite some time. I was a chef in once upon a time in my life, and but I've been teaching, and cooking was always my passion. But uh, now that I found my new love teaching, I really dug in deep to uh, learn as much as possible about learning styles and the what makes people grow. And with the dawn of AI, it it really changed my whole perspective on higher education. So I am essentially a business professor. So we are going to be talking about navigating the intelligent enterprise, how to augment human capabilities with artificial intelligence in business in particular. One of my favorite topics, and I constantly study um, what is happening in the online environment um, in particular. But I also, of course, am very much interested in what's happening with brick and mortar organizations as well. In terms of uh, business, when we talk about augmenting our human capabilities, what I want to really dig in into is how you upskill as a professional, and using AI, because it's here and it's not going anywhere. We really need to learn to embrace it, not only in education, but also in the practical work environment as well. So again, this is a little bit about me. You can find me on LinkedIn here. I'll share this PDF with everybody in the chat. Um, and really, it's a pleasure to be able to speak to you today. It's what I do. I really enjoy speaking about this particular topic. And so I am on the faculty senate at Purdue University Global, and we talk a lot about AI and its integration into the learning space, but also within the School of Business, we talk a lot about how it interfaces with um, operations management, value chain management, strategy, strategic planning, things of that nature. So I really enjoy the topic a lot. So our objective here today is really to inform you about what's happening in the AI space in terms of who we are as business professionals. I'm not going to be talking about programming. It's not my forte at all. But I am going to encourage everybody to consider learning a little bit about AI programming, and the reason being is you have to understand the way it thinks, and the way it works. So that being said, we're also going to inspire you to take action today, and provide you with a lot of free resources to upskill yourself as business professionals using AI on a regular daily basis. We're going to interact. Hopefully, you'll get involved. I have some polls. I have some word cloud stuff to do with you all, and have a little fun. And then I hope this has an impact on you to really look into your organization in itself, to understand what your organization is going to do in this age of AI, in this era of AI. Why is because every organization will be disrupted, every industry will be disrupted, and every professional will be disrupted in terms of what we currently do, what we currently know, and our capabilities. AI is here. Again, I'm not going to beat around the bush. We have to embrace it, and that's what this presentation is all about. So here's our first poll. If you would, there's a QR code there. If you would like to engage in the poll, but here is also a for some reason it gave an image, but the first chat post is a link to the poll, and basically I'm using a great tool called Poll Everywhere, and basically what we're looking for you to do is give us some understanding of your familiarity with AI in business. Um, are you a super user? Are you really a novice? I really like to know because it gives me a little bit more of a understanding on how deep I can really dig in. Very familiar. I like to see that going up a little bit, because we have to start to become. I'm actually what I call a super user when it comes to AI. I find it to be a lot of fun to use, and I do literally augment my superhuman capabilities uh, whenever I possibly can. So there's um, some feedback for you. So for the most part, some of you are really just getting started. 43% of you, where 32% of you are somewhat familiar. So we have a lot to talk about. We have some really good conversation to have here. In terms of uh, what AI is, where did it come from? How did we get here? I think it's important to start there and understand uh, a little bit about the background. So in 1956, this comes straight from IBM's Skill Build website. I'm going to give you the link again, an active link to this. This is a free training that you could do, and this is part of their training. So I'm not stealing anything. I'm giving credit where credit is due, right? But in terms of uh, where it came from, John McCarthy and Marvin Minsky at Dartmouth University in the college, a college in New Hampshire, they started the revolution in scientific research and coined the term artificial intelligence. So AI is not new. I was just talking to John about it, and AI is not new. It's been around for quite some time. What we think is just what we take for granted, like a built-in grammar check or word check in Microsoft Word, folks, that's AI essentially. It has AI functions, but basic algorithmic AI functions, right? So we're going to get into what's called generative AI in a minute. But they really coined the phrase, and they started to build on it. There was not a lot of interest, not whatsoever, a lot of interest in this, but they did over time raise millions of dollars, and they basically started to develop artificial intelligence. And a lot of companies adopted it. But as artificial intelligence became more and more common, we are very familiar with the concept of chatbots, right? So chatbots have been around for some time, and we again probably take them for granted, but there is a theory that was born from the chatbot, from the creation of the chatbot, which is essentially a AI, algorithmic AI type of tool, and it was called the ELIZA effect. So I want to bring this to your attention to help you realize that there are psychological effects on the human mind that AI is having, and you as a professional, you have to realize that you will be experiencing as you interface with AI the ELIZA effect, and there are other psychological theories that go along with this as well. But my favorite is the ELIZA effect, and really it's about how we perceive AI as an entity in the communication process, and really it's all about the illustration of the picture that you're communicating with. There's a lot of different chatbots that we've all used online for many years, and they all had some kind of funny name, maybe an avatar type character assigned to it, things like that. Especially for customer service, things of that nature. So we are kind of used to this, but a lot of people started to connect with these characters, and really that became a phenomenon that was studied. And now there's actually a new study that as robotics and become more popular, making robots more human-like is actually starting to freak people out a little bit. So expect some theories to come out of that. So from the information age to the era of intelligence, that's where we're going. It's where we are, the era of intelligence. And we went quick. It happened very, very rapidly, in my opinion. From the late 90s up until now, we were very much in the information age, where all of these programs were being built, legacy type programs were being built, and social media was being actively developed and engaged, from MySpace to Facebook to now Instagram and Snapchat and everything that we grew, right? But companies also started to adopt very, very useful tools, especially SaaS and so many different background ERPs and things that run in the background that customers have no idea about, that actually run these organizations, enterprise systems, things of that nature. So all of that technology has been wonderful up until now. In the era of intelligence, artificial intelligence, we had to manually manipulate all of these systems. Now AI is starting to connect the dots between legacy systems. Now AI is starting to make things a little bit reporting a little bit more robust, a little bit easier to do, things of that nature. So as AI, generative AI in particular, starts to grow, you're going to see things get a little bit more easier, a little bit more streamlined as time goes on. But that's generative AI. We're going to talk a little bit about beyond generative AI as well. So, but let's keep it simple and talk about generative AI and how we got here. The printing press, we were literally stamping newspapers, magazines, the typewriters. Everybody remembers those. It was really cool when they came out with the typewriter that you can actually backspace, right? And there would be a little cover up. Calculators, the calculator was a big deal. It was a really big deal for a lot of people, especially scientific calculators and things of that nature. Now they're little mini computers. My daughter's a whiz with this thing, and I'm like, I didn't have that when I was your age. I wish. We have the laptops, we have tablets, we have cell phones, etc. The internet, Wikipedia. The Wolfram Alpha is a computation. This is a really interesting web page where you can learn about Wolfram Alpha, and it's all about mathematics, and you can really dig in. It has all of these built-in calculations and things that you can. My daughter, again, is a whiz at this stuff. That's how I know about it. But you can do all kinds of calculations on the website, things like that. AI has this stuff built in, folks. So it's going to get a little even crazier than that, I think. So we're in the age of generative AI, and it's literally machine learning type of programming, which has a lot to do with big data, bringing in big data, and basically the machine learning program extracts information and intelligently puts things together like magic for us, using ChatGPT and Gemini and Perplexity and all these wonderful tools. Claude 2 is one of my favorites. And in 2020, this was a big deal. Everybody started to learn about AI and generative AI. I believe it was December 17, 2020 when I learned about it. And everybody was astonished. I wasn't. My daughter knew about this in 2017. She was using tools. In high school and junior high school and stuff, she would learn from her friends how to do these generative AI things, and then spin bot it, and then Grammarly check it, and I was blown away back in 2017 because of the process that these kids put together. Now today we're in this arena where we can just open up ChatGPT and it does all of that instantaneously for you. Now in 2020, we really dug in my university into learning what AI was all about. And I started to realize there are a lot of external forces that will impact the employee, the professional, in their individual job, but also indirectly. So those external forces, they could be the supervisors and managers. They have to manage all of the regulations and make sure that you're doing particular tasks and things of that nature. They have a lot going on, but their job is also to streamline processes to save the company money, the organization money. So they're the decision makers, ultimately the decision makers. So there's a lot of intensity between the employee and supervisor manager relationship, and AI is only going to make it more intense because of productivity and performance reasons, right? We're always looking to increase productivity, increase performance. That's the job of a manager. That's the job of a supervisor. And AI can help greatly, but it starts to eliminate the human element, and we need to consider that. So we'll talk a little bit about ethics on that note in a minute. But technologists, they're the programmers, they're the influencers. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, I can go on, right? Google, Amazon, they're Nvidia. All of these organizations, they actually employ the technologists that are creating these things. So we have to be grateful for them, honestly, because they are amazing. But as business professionals, what they create becomes our job to manage, our job to understand how it fits into our organization and our workplace. Um, the business leaders, you have the technologists that are building it. The business leaders is really who you should aspire to become, especially in the era of AI, because we need that guidance. We need leaders to take charge, look at policy, look at procedure, look at efficiencies, look at all of the logistics, all kinds of things like that. That's the management side, but we need leaders to build buy-in, to convince employees to upskill, things of that nature, and to inspire them, giving them the resources, things like that. As far as research organizations, they've really dug in deep. Purdue University, in particular, MIT, Stanford, Harvard, all of these organizations, institutions have really dug in deep. University of Florida, where my daughter goes, I mean, they have an amazing AI platform. It's crazy. So all of these institutions, research institutions and organizations like them, have really dug in deep to understand where AI is going to fit in to the fight, to the economy, to government, to all of these different areas of our lives that will impact ultimately and essentially impact the employee, ultimately impact the managers as well and supervisors as well, for sure. Um, Industry associations, such as ACBSP and others, that you might be AACSB, all of the AAs and all of these organizations that certify educational programs and things of that nature. They've put a lot of money into understanding AI, but also industry organizations such as the construction industry, such as the finance industry, et cetera, real estate industry. I'm also a real estate agent, and the amount of AI tools that are available to me is insane. Um, Government, regulatory bodies, unions, all of these things, we need to use these as lenses when you're thinking about the decisions that need to be made with relation to AI. You need to use each one of these lenses to help you understand how it will impact the employee, the supervisor. In this case, if you're running a technology organization, how it impacts your organization. If you are a business leader, how you can use AI to better your cause, that kind of thing. So using these lenses is very important. So as we continue our discussion, just think about all of those lenses and you'll probably cry. No, I'm kidding. It's really overwhelming. So in terms of the evolution of AI systems, where are we today? We're here again. General AI is coming, but we are right here. Broad AI, it's called broad AI. From 2010 to 2015, we were into narrow AI, algorithmic AI, which you can program the mathematical equations and the robotic arm will take it, put it here. Robotic arm will take it, put it here. Now we're into broad AI, which it almost seems like these generative AI systems are thinking. They're not, but there's a great deal that goes into the machine learning language, that or large language models that actually makes this all happen behind scenes. So taking these classes to understand how this all works is a little bit essential at this point, I think, for your own good. General AI, this is from IBM, by the way, as well. They said 2050. Folks, I'm going to share with you right now. It's already here. If you, I'm going to give you this link. You can sign up with for this link with Convergence, and you can get on their wait list to become a where did my PowerPoint go? I'm going to try to give you the link to it. you can become uh for some reason I lost my PowerPoint. Well, I'll give you the link later. But you can become a beta tester for this particular artificial general intelligence system. And it's going to be a chatbot, I'm sure of it, type of format. But they are developing the next generation of models, truly general agents that learn, evolve, collaborate with humans. I want to emphasize, you gotta understand the depth or the complexity. They're going to learn. These are AI chatbots like ChatGPT that are actually going to learn from everything it does. It's going to evolve. So in its learning process, it is literally going to evolve like a human is able to upskill. AI is going to be able to upskill, and it's going to happen rapidly. And it's going to be able to collaborate with us. We already see the voice communication. We see the written communication, the symbology using illustrations. It has so many capabilities. Video creators, PowerPoint creators, whatever it is, um, artificial intelligence is already where we are in terms of a lot. I would say at least 80% of us are in terms of uh, skill set in basic communication skill sets. So and so in some cases it does it better in my opinion, but that's a topic to debate, right? Here, this is a great um, presentation or white paper on unlocking generative AI's potential. It says most organizations, 58%, have already deployed general AI in production systems. They are experimenting with general AI or are planning to adopt general AI within the next 24 months. I'm going to go back. I want to. I have to emphasize this for you. General AI is going to learn, it's going to evolve, and it's going to collaborate with humans. This is kind of Star Trek next level kind of stuff. Again, it was supposed to be here in 2050, right? IBM said it's here today. Well, very soon. It hasn't been launched, but as you can see here in this report, it's saying that 58% of organizations are already running general AI. And we might not even know it from a cybersecurity perspective, a digital transformation, cutting costs, automation, application modernization. General AI is running in the background. SAP, Amazon, AWS, all these different organizations are helping them. So depending on what you do in your career at this very moment, general AI might be working on, I'm not going to make any alarming statements, but it might be working on how to replace you in a certain process, not completely, but in a certain process to free up your time so that you can do something else, something more important, something customer interfacing, whatever it might be. But in the background, general AI is already working, and it is creating processes that will change our lives, that will literally change the way we do things. There are ethical, very, very high level, but as well as very, very individual ethical issues with with the development of artificial intelligence that we need to um, understand how it's going to impact our organizations. Sorry about that. I'm still trying to find my PowerPoint. It always happens. But here we go. I'm just going to open it up again. So in terms of ethics, we have individual and organizational considerations to think about, but not only think about, also take initiative. If you all might be very familiar with ISO, the International Organization for Standardization, they have all of these ISO projects already underway, and they have for quite some time because artificial intelligence is not new again, but it's getting very, very deep now in terms of, especially from an ethical perspective, just going to their site and doing a search for artificial intelligence. you'll come up with all of these projects on or standards on artificial intelligence. So you'll definitely want to check that out. Well, at least I can give you this here, and then I'll give you the other links later. But yeah, it's here and it's not going anywhere. So getting involved with this is the international conversation. There is a national conversation on AI, obviously. There's institutional uh, conversations. You should be getting involved in these conversations within your organizations as well. What are we doing? As an employee, I'm concerned about the future. What are we looking at? Contacting human resources might be a good first step. Talking to your direct supervisor, your managers, your business leaders, talking about it, saying, where do you see the future? Being proactive to understand where you personally stand today in terms of how your organization is looking at artificial intelligence is very important. What is an intelligent enterprise? This is not a new concept. It's from the 90s, but the intelligent enterprise, although it has been around for some time, it's grown over time. With John talking about the database earlier in our conversation, talking about database management and then big data, the growth of big data, and all of these things. Well, the intelligent enterprise has slowly become more and more intelligent. IBM Watson has been around for a very long time, and organizations have been using that for a very long time. And that's a form of AI, right? It's been talking to us for a very long time. People forget about IBM Watson. I have not. I think it's a very important important program. It's artificial intelligence. Its capabilities have been robust for a very long time, and it's been leveraged in many different ways, from strategy to marketing to communications and things of that nature that people don't really realize. The intelligent enterprise, it helps to its goal, its main goal is to optimize operations, enhance customer experience, and provide support data-driven decision making. Right? Those are the three main things that it's been used for, and it's been extremely useful. Here are some examples, real world examples of intelligent enterprises. And I started to think, technology companies, because that's what I always think about. So it came up with the Salesforce, and then the SAP, and then Microsoft. But then I started to say, every industry is impacted. Let me give a lot of examples: hospitality, construction management, again, technology, real estate, fashion, banking, on and on and on, gaming, agriculture, of all places, right? Walmart, retail. These are real world applications of intelligent enterprises where they're using and leveraging AI to streamline costs, to make things function, and without having to worry about the human element involved at all steps in the service blueprint, or in the operational blueprint in general. It's really important to know that leaders have been thinking about this, managers have been thinking about this for a very long time. You as a manager, you as a leader, if you haven't already engaged, now is the time. There's never been a better time. So I'm going to share another poll really quick, and I really like, there's the QR code there for you, but I really like these. I'm going to activate it and then give you the link here, and just to get an idea, which area of your business has already been impacted by general AI that you know about. I like to get a little bit of insight into that, and as you fill that in, I'm going to keep talking, and hopefully you're able to engage in that little activity, and I'll show you the results later. But the evolution of intelligent business practices, today today is the intelligent enterprise, right? We're talking about businesses leveraging AI for real-time analytics, automation. Automation is huge. Automation is where A lot of streamlined costs come into play, and that directly impacts line employees, things like that, right? AI-powered chatbots, supply chain optimization, predictive decision making has been big today. Predictive analytics and things like that, very big. In terms of the rise of AGI, of artificial general intelligence, we're talking about artificial intelligence demonstrating human level intelligence. Scary thought, very scary thought. Again, it's here. We're going to start playing with it soon. So hopefully you get into the convergence. I don't know if I gave you that link into the convergence platform to get on the wait list to play with it. But it is a phenomenon that's here and it's not going anywhere, right? So there's the code, the link for that. And by the way, full disclosure, if you click it and you sign up, I'll get moved up on the beta tester list. Just full disclosure, right? No compensation. Just I get bumped up on the beta tester list. So future vision is really what we call hyper intelligent enterprises, and this is again not too far away because the Internet of Things has been around for some time. There's even a blockchain technology called Internet of Things, and they've been working on this for a very long time. I've kept track of what they do, and it's about connectivity of devices and things like that. We don't even realize how connected we are and how the Internet of Things has already been put into place between thermostats or smart thermostats, smart plugs, smart lights, smart refrigerators, all these things. Smart. These are the Internet of Things that are coming together over time, slowly, and will eventually take over our lives. I mean, we're talking about 15-minute cities and all that stuff, but that's for another seminar. Business transformation highlights. So dynamic and self-learning workflows across industries are going to be the norm. We need to be ready for this. The impact is going to be real. So don't get scared. Get excited. Upskill with AI to understand where you fit in as a professional and what you can possibly take advantage of as a professional to say, you know what, I add value here as a professional. I add value with my AI capabilities, with my AI knowledge, with my ability to augment my skill set with AI is really where it's at, right? Advanced human AI collaboration for strategic decision making it's not only military, we're talking about business and organization as well, because the military has been using this stuff for a very long time. Now organizations are using it and have been as well, but it's going to become more and more robust with the hyper intelligent enterprise. Obviously, with more data coming in, it's going to help organizations make more precise decisions, hopefully. Hopefully without many mistakes, but obviously mistakes will happen. Advanced human AI collaboration, ethical AI governance. There's a lot of blockchain technologies. I'm an AI and blockchain technology guy, just so you know. I like them both. I have working on projects on them and stuff, so I see the collaboration between both of them. And from an ethical AI governance perspective, we can learn a lot from the blockchain technology space where governance is actually decentralized for some of these blockchain technologies. And there, again, is another seminar, but it is a very, very real possibility that they will merge and the governance mechanisms will be monitored through AI and interfacing with blockchain technologies, et cetera. But the evolution of AI to AGI and beyond will redefine business practices, creating a future where enterprises are not just intelligent, but truly transformative. And the word transformative is so very important. This is the acceleration process model that you as a business professional should know about. This is the current state of your organization. This is the transition state of your organization. And this is the improved state of your organization. You know, right now, there shouldn't be a single organization that is in this current state. They should all be leading change in the transition state to understand where they fit in as an organization, creating a shared need, shaping a vision, mobilizing commitment, all of these ideas within this acceleration process model, they should be somewhere in here. There are other diagrams that I can get deeper into this acceleration process that show you the different stages in the transition state. But this is the main point. Every organization is going to be here somewhere in the timeline. Their goal is to get here as quickly as possible, the improved state. They're never going to get there because AI and technological advancements are happening too fast. So you're really going to be in this transition state for a very long time. As a business leader, you need to understand that and accept and adapt to change, and become that change agent. Becoming a change or an agent of change, also giving your employees agency, is also going to be a very big part of your job as a leader. But that improved state is obviously the end goal. That as technology advances, we're always going to be striving for. But this is a great website that discusses that, and I think you'll like it. So here you go. I'm just going to show you this. So automation, look at that. Automation is the biggest response. That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, it's impacting every single industry. The ATM, right? AI is the new ATM. Student service everywhere, everywhere. I like that. Instructor writing, enrollment in the education industry is a big thing. Absolutely. Marketing is going to be a big part of it. I don't see marketing is there. That's great. Marketing is profoundly impacted by AI. Robots, big thing. Elon Musk just launched his robots. Hopefully you all saw that. Well, guess what? That has a lot to do with AGI, more than we think. So what do we mean by transforming business with generative AI? I'm not going to read all of this. I just put it there for your own edification. So when you get the slides, you can read it yourselves. But enhance customer engagement, streamline operations, product development innovation, creative business solutions. Where is AI going to fit in for you when it comes to just these 10 ideas? These are just 10 ideas of transformation that AI can actually help with as a business leader, as a business professional, in your job. It's your job, in your job, to understand how AI can help you enhance customer engagement. You don't want it to replace you, but you do want it to be able to augment your capabilities as well, right? Streamline operations. I am a super user of AI, and it has streamlined. I can create 3 videos and probably write a textbook if I wanted to, but I'm just kidding. I don't do that. Using AI right now, in one day. But obviously, you have to read all the stuff. You have to review all the stuff because AI is definitely not perfect. Absolutely not perfect. So your human capabilities are not being replaced by AI when it comes to streamlining operations or product development innovation. You're not being replaced. You are valuable. You add value. You're reviewing. It's basically you have an employee. Think about it like this. You have a new employee, ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I want you to produce this. It produces it and you tell it, no, that's not what I was looking for. This, be a little bit more specific, give it more direction. It's called prompt engineering. And as you give it more direction, you're starting to actually enable it to become a valuable part of your thought process, your decision-making process, your problem-solving process, your research process, so on and so forth. So as your creativity process as well, by the way. So it's upskilling your professional competencies, and it's actually enabling you to become a superstar in all 10 of these areas right here. Plus way more than that, right? But consider this: AI is a 24/7, 365, always on consultant for business leaders, for managers, for employees. It's here, and embracing it now, becoming an expert, a user expert, but also understanding a little bit about the background, where it's going, and how to envision where it's going, so you can add value there too and meet it there. Learning that curve and the curve of acceleration is very important as a business leader today, and you will eventually grow with AI and become that super user. You will eventually become connected to it. Now, hyper intelligence is where they start to connect brain chips and stuff like that. I don't know how many of you are a big fan of that. I'm not, and I never will be. But some people are. I asked certain people, and they're like, "Yeah, I can't wait for that." And I'm like, "Wow, good. Well, if that's you, good for you. You'll be part of the Internet of Things and hyper intelligence organizations that actually connect to you as well as the organization." Um, but that's when it becomes like the Borg in Star Trek. I don't know if I want to ever get there, but for now, augmenting my abilities with AI, it's so much fun. I love it because I can use my creativity, I can use my abilities that like tenfold, like 100-fold, 1,000-fold. Sometimes I'm creating so many things that and quality, high quality things, as long as my attention is on it and I can give it my own flavor. I can give it my own because I was a chef, don't forget. So to me, I'm always thinking in recipes. I can always give it my own flavor, my own ingredients, and produce something with it that's beautiful, that's actually going to help society. That's the ultimate goal, is AI should help society. So not only institutionally from a higher learning perspective is that the case, but also organizationally. Um, Organizations should be thinking about how to make people's lives better, right? That's basically it. And using AI. So generative AI empowers businesses to reimagine workflows, enhance creativity, and drive innovation at scale. And here's another fun little activity. Um, I really enjoy doing these kinds of things. So um, let me give you the link to that, and I will activate. Oh, I think it already went to it. All right, here you go. And we'll come back to that. But which area of business could benefit in your business could benefit most from generative AI? That's what I would like to know. So in terms of who's leading the AI revolution, again, I'm going to give you this. We're not going to read all of them, but there are titan programmers. There are influential innovators, billionaire investors, corporate investors. But my point of this slide is not where do you fit in this in here, but start to do this in your world. Start to map out where you're the center and where all of these players fit in and what organizations, especially Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, it's just too much for one person to be like, yeah, I'm an expert in OpenAI, in Google DeepMind, in Microsoft, all of things Microsoft, whatever Nvidia has. Pick one, pick two, but that's your focus. And say, I am going to become an expert in what OpenAI is doing. I'm going to be an expert in what Amazon Web Services is doing and what they offer. And once you start to really dig in deep and become an expert, you'll start to branch out into other things. But at least you chose one, because Google Gemini and everything that they're doing with Duet and everything, that's a whole world in itself that's consuming. It's overwhelming. So dig in and understand one of these companies and what they're actually doing and how they're going to affect your life, how they're going to affect society. This is a very good approach. These are some future jobs that I started to imagine up: augmented reality architect, AI personality developer, virtual reality customer experience designer. Folks, these jobs are not real. Some of them might be actually at this point, especially the drone coordinator, if you've seen the drone things in China and stuff. But they're not real now. But there's a very real possibility that they will be something that we need to be looking towards for career change. So start thinking about career change, um, and leveling up and where you fit in. This is again where you, if your interest is in virtual reality, become that virtual reality expert. AI personality developer. There's so many great AI tools that you can develop personality and things of that nature. Um, so much. Marketing again is being transformed with AI. There's so much content on the internet right now that's AI developed. It's kind of annoying in a lot of ways for me. As a marketing person, I'm a marketing guy essentially. So, but companies are using it for product design and task automation and predictive capabilities. It's real. This is a great article. I highly recommend you read about Braze. Um, but do not procrastinate. These are the things, the key professional competencies that AI can help you with. So I highly recommend that you up your game in digital communication, problem solving, leadership, data literacy, critical thinking, all of these um, professional competencies that will actually help you drive and become a superhuman, augmenting your capabilities with AI. That's and don't procrastinate. Now is the time to do it, especially over the winter break. Dig in, get busy, start to do what we call intelligence augmentation. This guy's amazing. Dr. Chris Deed out of Harvard. This is his idea about the interface between human intelligence and artificial intelligence. He talks about reckoning versus judgment. AI is great at reckoning. Generative AI is okay at judgment. It's not very good at judgment. However, now with AGI coming, it will be better with judgment. So when we thought we had up until 2050 to say, oh, I'm going to be needed for my judgment, I don't know. It's almost here where generative or artificial general intelligence, convergence in particular, and others, OpenAI is working on it. It's going to have judgment built in. It's going to learn judgment. It's never going to forget, and it's always going to make the same right decision. Hopefully, that kind of thing. So, learning generative AI is one thing, but also learning about AGI is going to be very important as well. So this is a little bit about reckoning is a calculative prediction versus judgment is practical wisdom, which we all have through experience and things of that nature. So he's amazing. If you ever look up his talks, Dr. Chris Deed, he's all over YouTube. Highly recommended. So as far as professional growth is concerned, Purdue University Global, where I work, we offer a great free course on core concepts and applications exploring AI. Very general course. You get module 1, AI technology landscape, etc. So you can learn a little bit about AI and where it fits into your life as a professional. Purdue University in particular has a great website where it is so robust with resources. I can't even talk about how much is here. Prompt learning, prompt design, free learning resources, policies, everything you want to know about AI is on this Purdue University website. Free training from Google. This is all free, 7 courses for free. IBM, free courses, certifications, free. HubSpot, if you're a marketing person, free. How AI for marketing courses. So education, AI is making education as at least when it comes to learning AI and how it interfaces with your career or your professional capabilities, AI is making it a lot easier to learn for free. Stanford has a great website to just look up all kinds of things about AI and where we are in terms of how it's going to impact society, the environment, plagiarism, all kinds of stuff. Excuse me. Then there's you just want to keep upskilling. Google Cloud, all types of really great resources. But this is a great free ebook that I highly recommend. Augmented Education in the Global Age. This is where education is going, in my opinion. That's why I want to share it with you all. And you can get a really good understanding of how education, where education is today, and how it's going to change over time because of AI. And it's pretty mind-blowing, actually. But it's not, to me, it's not alarming. To me, it's a natural progression with technology. As humans learn to interface with this wonderful technology, we start to understand how we come together in this book, and it's really great. It's really great. Highly recommend it. For some reason that didn't come out, so but here's a word cloud, but we'll move on from that. I wanted to share this with you. This is Gamma, and Gamma is an awesome organization that you could create free documents, free PowerPoint presentations, free websites, all kinds of stuff. So I highly recommend Gamma. Maybe we could do some future hands-on sessions with things like Gamma and things like that. I would love to do that with you all. AI experts and influencers to follow. These are four of the people that I really follow a lot on LinkedIn in particular. Especially this guy Ethan Mollick. He's from MIT and he's pretty out there with the projects that he gives to AI, and it's amazing stuff. Um, so yeah, so here is our last poll question. And I'd like to hear any comments, any questions from you all that you might have that I can answer for you. And there is the last. And while I look for your questions, I know I'm a little bit over in time, but I'd like to know if anybody does have any questions, any concerns. Sure.
I,
No, I can't.
I'd
There you
just
go.
like to thank Dr. Doyle for his talk today. Very enlightening. Lots of free resources for all of you who are on board today. A career tip: become an expert in one of the very fine areas like logistics or marketing. Become an expert in AI. You will never be unemployed in the next 30 years, right?
Sure.
And, so, often we worry about, losing our jobs to these new technologies. But by adopting them and becoming the expert or one of the experts in this field, you will never be out of work. So,
Absolutely.
any questions? You can go into the chat area.
Please bring back the page with the people resources to follow. Okay, yeah, sure. I think you're right. There you go.
All of these people have decided that they are going to become experts and influencers in their field. And that means staying abreast of what's happening, publishing online, being available for talks like Dr. Doyle was today. And once again, like to thank him for his time and providing a very enlightening seminar for us all. And we will try and get him back for artificial intelligence too, if we can, or maybe a workshop where we do some more practical stuff. I think
that would be fun. Absolutely.
Yeah. Other questions? I'd like to thank you for your participation. Keep your eyes open for other Delta Mu Delta and SBD seminars that will be coming down the pike in the new year. Like to wish you all a great holiday season and hope that 2025 brings you everything in your careers that you would hope for yourselves. So, any other questions? Okay. Well, I think we can wrap it up. It's close to 1 o'clock Central. People have got to get back to their jobs, and we look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all. Thanks for your time. Have a great one.